Hi, this is Jennifer from Open Helix. Welcome to this tip of the week. In today's tip, I'm going to be visiting a variety of different clinical resources and kind of comparing and contrasting them to find links to each resource as well as see a larger discussion that I can provide on this video tip. Please check out my post at blog.openhelix.com. So, you may be aware that last month NCBI released a new resource named GTR, or Genetic Testing Registry. That's a really exciting thing. I always like to hear about new resources and check them out. Right on the GTR's homepage, you can see that the NCBI provides YouTube tips, overviewing and showing you search tips for the GTR. I'm not going to do that in my tip. What I'm interested in doing is kind of comparing and contrasting other clinical resources that I'm aware of, just to try and give you an idea of why I would want to learn a new resource. What does the GTR offer me that other resources don't? The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to search for cystic fibrosis at a few different clinical resources, not all of them, and show you the results that I get at each. I'll begin with the GTR. I run my search. You can see that my results are divided by category: tests, conditions, genes, laboratories. The display is nice and clean. If I scroll through this, I can see that I get conditions and phenotype information, links out to more information and to other resources. There's gene information, etc. The resource that I used before the GTR was available was gene tests. So if I run that exact same search for cystic fibrosis, add gene tests, here are the results that I get. I get 2 items with a variety of buttons that I can click to go to that type of information. If you read the press release on the GTR, you'll find out that gene tests is slated to be retired within the coming year. So if you're used to this display of information and using gene tests, you may want to transition towards the new resource fairly soon. Another resource that I'm aware of is the Genetics Home Reference. And again, I've done a search on cystic fibrosis, and here is my display. So I get a list of results. The thing that's different about the GTR and the Genetics Home Reference is that GTR is really more for researchers and clinicians looking for testing information. Genetics Home Reference is aimed much more at the general public. They do not include controversial or new research. They really are presenting well-established information presented in a way that's reassuring to the general public. Another resource that I know and love is the OMIM resource. You can see here. And again, cystic fibrosis, I have a variety of results. OMIM provides information about gene and phenotype connections. Their testing information is going to be to link out to other. So it's a very different set of information than the GTR. Another resource you may be familiar with is OrphanNet. This really focuses on rare diseases and orphan drugs, but you can see there are research trial information, diagnostic tests, etc. In this video, I've only been able to cover a few clinical resources, but I hope that gives you a good comparison and contrast why you might want to learn the new resource from NCBI. Thanks for visiting me at this tip. Check out the GTR and see you next time.